Campfires are a universal image of rest and relaxation to many folk, whether at a campground or just outdoors with friends. This year, campfires are seen less due to burn bans and even campgrounds outlawing fire pits. But fear not, I have a solution. If you're unsure what this is a 50 caliber ammo can. You can buy them Amazon, Harbor Freight, Walmart, military surplus stores, etc. Stick around so you can see how I turn this into this. So I've been seeing a lot of these ammo can stoves that you can use for cooking, as a hot stove, as a fire pit. The cheapest one I find online is upwards of $170. And so today I'm going to show you how to make one for around 50 bucks. Why not save $100? So you don't need a lot of tools to do this. A drill, a Phillips screwdriver, and that's really about it. I got the ammo can for $10 from Harbor Freight when it was on sale. It is a 50 caliber can, which is big enough for it. I got the burner and the propane hose with the regulator. I got these on Amazon for about $22, I believe. So right now we're about $35 in. Now this is an important part of the burner because the air will be sucked into here, and here is where the propane hose is going to connect to fuel your fire. So we want to take that screen off. We want to go ahead and take off this extra nut. Put these to the side because you will use all of this stuff later on. A couple things we want to do to the ammo can first. Go ahead and open it. You will see back here that the top slides off very easily. Next, it's important to take this seal out. So now we've got the lid off and we have the seal out of the lid. Next, we're going to make some vent holes and also make a place for our burner to connect to the propane. We will even put some feet on here so that it will not sit totally on the ground. The vent holes aren't really needed if you're going to use this for propane. However, if you did want to make a fire pit out of it to burn with wood, then you would need somewhere for oxygen to come in, and I would probably put more holes here. But this is going to be used just for propane. And I put them on there because I wanted to drill a hole in some metal. The next step should be to make sure all of your burrs are taken out of your holes. So it's pretty important that you don't skip the filing step because there's all kinds of little metal shards, splinters, burrs in there, and you don't want you or someone you're camping with to get metal in the finger or the foot. So in the next step, we're just going to drill some holes in the bottom for feet. There's different kinds of approaches you can take. The prototype that I built of this has metal drawer pulls on it. I'll show you a picture of that. And I have some actual metal feet ordered for the next one that I'm going to build. So do whatever you want. You don't even have to have feet on it, but it doesn't hurt to get it off the ground because it is going to get hot here on the bottom. Use something that's metal and not wood so that you don't run the risk of burning your feet. I just want to throw this out there that I am not an expert in any of the things that you see on this channel. Do your own DIYs with caution and safety, and I'm not responsible for anything that you do. Next, we're going to place our burner. You see how it's going to go in like this. It's a big burner for that can, isn't it? We need to make sure that our air intakes and our propane connector will work perfectly right in here. On the bottom, we will drill a hole to put that nut back on here to help stabilize that. So you see here, I drilled a hole from the inside. I placed the burner like this to make sure that it's going to fit up against the edge. couple ways to go about putting our holes in the back here. We can measure, or we can guess, or we can get a marker and kind of circle around here. So we know that the burner will now fit there, and the propane lead will go into it. That one might be a little too big. Let's put it together and see. Seems like everything is going to fit nicely. We'll put the screen on the inside and be good to go. Originally, I thought about putting in an ignition switch on here, similar to what you would see in a traditional barbecue grill. I ordered one and it came in, and unfortunately it was all plastic. I don't know what the other ones are like, so I went ahead and drilled holes and ran it through, as you'll see here. Didn't really think it was going to work, so I decided to get some of that chrome tape, the heat resistant chrome tape, to put on there. Tried to give it a go, still didn't like how it turned out, so I ended up taking this out, and maybe we'll look at something like this in the future. What do you think? Do you think this needs an electric start on it, or is it just fine with just a lighter? After drilling all my holes, I got this Rust-Oleum high heat black paint to get everything painted up so it'll look good and you wouldn't see the scratches from filing it down. I put a couple coats on it to hopefully help it last a little longer. Next up, let's put it together. So I've been working on these for a little bit to try to get them as perfect as I can with being homemade. The first one will be a fire pit that doubles as a camping stove where you can cook on it, and the other one will just be a fire pit. So since it's not totally dark, we're going to start with the one that I have designed to work as a camping stove and a fire pit. Could be other ways to put this together. This is what I have right here. Got this strap, comes off simple. The grill we're going to use, and the stove itself. Before we hook it up to the propane tank, we're going to run the grill, because I've left the lids in there for now until I can come up with a better solution to have a grill for it. I would like one to be a little smaller so that it would fit inside there, but this is what I have for right now, and it's what we're going to go with. Now I have this designed where you can light it from the front. So you can see we got a flame. You can get crazy with that thing if you want. See how long it takes to boil that water. All right, so I made that video talking about using these to get more gas into your black stones. These work great for these grills because you can control the flame. As you see, it doesn't take too long to get the water up to temperature. You can control that flame high or low. Since it's getting dark, I want to show you the other stove. So we're going to go ahead and squash the hot water. As you can tell, it's starting to boil. This thing will be hot when you're done using it, so you want to make sure not to just grab it automatically. The sun is starting to set a little bit. This one here I did, it's more similar to the lava stoves. There's a couple other stoves out on the market, and they are pretty expensive depending on how much you want to spend. Got some legs on it so it can sit on a regular ground. I have it on a brick here. One thing I really like about this one is it is compact. The lid comes off easy. Forgot to show you that on the other one. Propane fits in it, and your hose fits in it. So it's that simple. So for these here, you get more bang for your buck and you can use them longer if you're hooked up to a 5-gallon or even a 20 pound propane tank. There's something called a growler that you can get. I believe it's a 3-gallon propane tank, but those work pretty good. This here is an adapter that will let us attach it to the 1 gallon Coleman propane tank. You can also get the refillable tanks on Amazon and other places if that's something that you would be interested in. I like the idea of the refillable tank because with all of this fitting in to just that one ammo can, I think it's a pretty neat little thing. I also have this one set up with the ignition hole in the front. To save time, I'm going to do it from here. One good thing about this one is it does have the extra holes in it that adds for some extra ambiance and lighting at your campsite. I'd also like to point out that this is a smokeless fire pit, similar to a smokeless camping stove that you would do a camping fire with. Similar concept here. These also work during a burn ban because it is a controlled flame in a container. If you're at a campground or RV park that does not allow fire pits, these also work because they are self-contained as well. A lot of great benefits are having something like this, plus it looks a little different. Let me know down in the comments which one do you like better, and is this something that you would be interested in making?